the truth may be suppressed, but it never dies, and
Mm-hmm.
like as much as the truth can try to be hidden, it always comes to light, and so I'm relying on that basic tenet of humanity, that like the truth will set you free ultimately, and so I'm going to stick to my truth and stick to my passion, and be a part of the change in the world for human health. When no one has solved like real health, it's like someone has to show up and change the paradigm of understanding about health and like what really drives health. And if someone can productize that and package that into a tool that helps people get predictable changes in their health and know that if I follow this step plan, that I can guarantee that I get these results, like that's going to be powerful. And that's kind of what I envision for the future of Beam, like Beam as an app or a platform that has live data from wearables, that integrates your blood work, that integrates your genetics. And I really truly believe that it should be a basic human right for every human on the planet to know their health data. Like the state of your health should be free, right? Like the state of your genetics should be free. You shouldn't have to spend, X amount of dollars to sell your data to 23andMe, like $200 or $120, and then they sell it for like $1,200, on the backside. It's like it should be free. It should be a basic human right to know the state of your health and to know what's going on in your body. And then, so I want to provide that upfront for free, like a Google model, like Google gives search and ads and all this stuff for free. You provide value up front. And yeah, that's going to be a costly endeavor. But then people go, well, what do I do with this data? That's when I bring them into an AI that gives them predictable actions to take based on their unique personal health data, not a one size fits all from some influencer or from some other coach, but one that's based on their own specific health data, and then like gives them step by step to take to change their life and to change their health. And they're not doing it on a whim. They're doing it knowing that like 98, 99% of the people that are formulated just like them with the same DNA, same genetics, took these same steps and achieved those same results. Imagine how much easier it would be to make the better habits for your lifestyle and to change your health if you knew with massive degrees of confidence that it was going to succeed. And so that's kind of like the future vision I see for Beam, is being that source of like healing and optimizing your body naturally through physics, through lifestyle, through diet, through supporting your body with the proper balance of minerals and elements, and the right activity, and taking the guesswork out of life. Like literally a blueprint, and you look at David Johnson, right? And nothing against David Johnson. What he's doing for health and biohacking and, showing all the data for himself and what he's done to reduce his age, like great, and he's spending millions of dollars at it, right? And he's giving us the blueprint for free. But his, his assumption or his implication is that this will work for everyone, right? Or that this is the right thing for everyone, and that it can work for everyone. But the reality is our health and our DNA and our individual like map of our health is different for everyone. Very different for everyone, depending on your environment, the way you grew up, your genetics, the current state of your blood based on what you're eating or what environmental toxins you're exposed to, etc. And to have a system and a platform that gives you personalized like plan and blueprint and tasks and tools and things to use and do that is going to change your future, like beyond a shadow of a doubt, like that's possible with technology today, just no one's built it yet. And so that's the long-term vision of like being the the solution for human health, like beyond medicine, but just solution for human health. And that's where the kind of embodied in that concept of human beaming, like let's get out of this limited mindset of human being, and let's, join me as a human beaming that's optimized for the most incredible life imaginable.
Mm-hmm. I just caught that. That was a bonus clip. That was like the perfect promotional clip for your business.
Like, I've talked to a couple people about that, and they're like, well, you got to get one thing going first. And it's like, but I'm a visionary, and like there's so many, like there's so much I want to do and accomplish, and I just, I'll get momentum and, build the right team to accomplish all those things. But yeah, I mean, because that type of a software platform, like imagine a wearable that's like showing you data every day, that's synced up with your genetics, that's synced up with your blood work, and you're getting blood work at home done on with a little tabletop unit, like, every day if you want, like a little finger prick, or every once a week or twice a week, showing you the progress you're making in real time without having to go to a doctor, using physics-based medicine in your home in your wellness wing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's medicine. That's medicine. That's true medicine, like
Yeah.
letting the earth and physics help you reach your optimal potential. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how I could, but if there's anything I can do to help you, just don't hesitate. Just call me. this
And if you have any ideas or run into anyone, or like I'm gonna be building a big team, so there's definitely room for all types of individuals and all types of passion. Um,
Is
so
there
yeah,
anyone like is there any expertise that you are looking for in a person? Like an expert on
have clinical research experience and like experience running clinical trials. Um, because that's obviously the main component of this that I haven't addressed that yet. Like I just have a feeling it's going to come at the right time. And as I start to build the team, I'll be able to add those people in, and as I get funding. But to have someone sooner rather than later that I can start running through the rules with, that like understands what it takes to run an entire clinical trial. Um, that would be cool.
hmm Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
And or like
um,
organizations that provide grants for research. I enjoy this a lot. Like, this is one of my
I
I
did too.
one day hopefully I'll be able to like really just put my time into the passion of sharing and like driving the change, and like have a team that can help, a team that gets the execution done. But right now it's mainly me executing. And so, and which I am doing. Obviously, I've got a chamber here and I've got my
hmm
space and stuff. So, um, but yeah, I am looking forward to, in its due time, having the right team in place so that I can just go around the world spreading the truth, So,
hmm
yeah.
Yeah, if I'm ever in Austin or if you're ever in Detroit, I'll have to take you
Yeah,
out to lunch or something.
dude, anytime. Come on, lunch on me. Come over for dinner. Yeah, and I've got a wife and two kids too. They are my everything. They're my why. Like, that's why one of the reasons I'm doing this is because I want to see a better future for my children. I want to see them grow up in a world where the truth about health and the truth about what life is all about, and like how you can feel when you have real peace, like an existence where you can be in peace and not having society and culture forcing you into a stress state so that you buy stuff or you consume, and you just like are on this endless cortisol dopamine hamster wheel. Like, that's what our culture does. That's how it extracts economy out of us. Like, economy is extracted out of us through stress, addiction, you know
hmm
distraction, chasing pleasure to get away from pain. That's what
Yep.
drives economy. And like, I want to see our world shift into an economy where it's based around presence, love, purpose, passion, and peace. Real peace. Not peace because I took 4 shots and took a hit of a joint because the woes of the world are crashing down on me, but like peace because I woke up and I looked at the sun and I smiled inside because my body isn't inflamed, like,
hmm
that's peace. That's like, and right now, I don't see a track unless you like move out in the middle of nowhere with some land with a bunch of families where your kids still have a social life.
Right.
Like, how do you in normal society like protect your children from this onslaught of like pain and stress? And it's like, people are like, oh, the world's a beautiful place. It's like, yes, the world is a beautiful place, but the structure of our society right now is not very beautiful. Our culture is like, I'm disappointed in our culture, like our human culture as a whole,
hmm
and like what we hold dear and what we promote, and like how we view health, like, is just, it blows my mind, like, and
hmm
knowing the truth that I know. And so, my wife and children are so dear to me, and like, I want to create a better world where like they have a future in front of them where they can like be at peace, and they don't have to like learn the hard knocks of life, or they don't have to like be prepared to like work hard at something that's bullshit, like, I want them to like
hmm
enjoy everything they do from a place of peace. And we're doing that with their health already. Like, they eat incredibly well. Their brains are so far ahead of the kids their age. My youngest son was actually born with full head control. We never had to support his head. So he was born turning his head, blinking, looking around, very aware. And my wife had been in the chamber for the whole third trimester. She did a lot of hyperbarics.
Hmm.
And that other boy that I was talking to you about, who we helped heal his brain, his mom was getting in the chamber with him a lot, and she was pregnant and didn't realize it at the time. And so she was getting into the chamber throughout her entire pregnancy. And even though her baby was born a lot smaller, same thing, full head control. So it's like
Really?
there's something to it for like fetal development as well, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
like my family is really blessed to have these tools, you know, and but I want every family to have access to these tools, you know? Like we helped my son detox from a mold exposure. He developed like a spontaneous stutter, and it was like really like it was, you know, really tough for us, you know, because it's out of
Mm-hmm.
nowhere. And you know, we got him on a detox protocol with some supplements, and then did hyperbarics with him, and in a few weeks, stutter was gone, you know, and like
Wow.
without those tools, without that knowledge, without the right people around us to help guide us, like he could have lived his whole life with that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and as a pattern that just became a well-worn groove. And that's what happens with so many people. Sure. So thank you so much once again, though, and thanks for turning the recording back on, because some of that conversational stuff is will
Mm-hmm.
be really good.